Division 12 safety and odometers. Not as complicated as you might think. On the test, they're going to ask, what is considered Division 12 safety? Is it A, brakes, B, lights, C, windshield, or D, all of the above? I know.
All of the above.
Hey, have you been a car dealer before? A lot of the tests is like this, guys. I mean, it's more common sense, I would say, more than anything else. That's the main point of this class, is to really kind of hone in on all the things we've talked about, things that are going to make you a better dealer, getting better at paperwork, some of the things that are just going to give you a more competitive edge coming into this a little bit newer in the industry. So with Division 12 safety, the easy way to remember it is if you wouldn't put your mom in the car, don't sell it to anybody else. Now, are there Division 12 safety requirements for wholesale? No. It could be on fire and on blocks, and sometimes it is. Like I mentioned, I've been in the auction industry for years. The weird things I have seen come through cars is absolutely nasty sometimes, especially if you're out in Palm Desert in triple digits. I will tell you, wasn't something through the auction, but me purchasing cars. I purchased a car one time from a dealership. They were wholesaling it, got it to my lot. My detailer came out and just, here are the keys. Here's the things I need you to do today. Comes back, starts yelling at me, cursing at me. It's going to cost me triple. I'm like, dude, what happened? A rat had congealed under the front seat in 111-degree temperatures that he had to scrape and basically get rid of. So stuff.
Which means it was a lot hotter inside the car. Inside the car is probably 140 degrees.
So the rat was about medium rare, I would say, at that point.
Yeah.
But enough about that.
It's a slow smoke. Like,
smoke.
very, very, slow cook on the smoker.
Absolutely.
The salt and sea smorgasbord.
Yeah.
Biggest thing I will tell you is, like we talked about with auctions already, if you're concerned about the damage on the car, you need to make sure that obviously it meets Division 12 safety before it comes to your front line. So if for some reason you bought a car at auction and you missed structural, you can announce it to a retail customer, but I'm going to tell you right now, structural is just not the way to operate. It's going to be very difficult. Not to mention you have attorneys that are just looking for opportunities to introduce themselves in structural salvage type situations. So it's easier just to avoid it altogether. And in public auctions, this is always the weird discrepancy as far as public auctions are concerned, because technically you are selling cars to the public. So listing problems without identifying them, it doesn't give them the right or some kind of absolution because they're a public auction. But just keep that in mind. Again, I'm not an attorney. It's one of those situations where anytime you're buying a car, you're taking the tools that we learned here today in class and making sure that we're a little bit more mindful about the way we approach the condition of a vehicle. Any questions on Division 12 safety? Then we'll talk about odometers. Odometers is really easy. It's a federal crime, and none of you look good in orange, to turn back, reset, roll an odometer, tamper with an odometer in any way, shape, or form. Okay. The odometer must be in working condition at the time of sale. That's important. That will be on your test. Important things that you just want to make sure that you articulate appropriately, and making sure that if for some reason the odometer does break, then you take it to a licensed repair facility in order to get that serviced. If they can plug it into the computer and the original miles can be realized, great. If for some reason it can't, the odometer will be set back to zero, and the vehicle then becomes TMU, or true mileage unknown, which is just not a good way for a car. It completely diminishes the value and just not something we want to deal with, except with classic cars. This is the great thing about classic cars. Oftentimes, we don't know the mileage. And although, yes, if you can verify their original miles, great. It absolutely ups the retail value. Most classic cars are probably sold with some kind of TMU designation, depending on what they are. So important things to keep in mind. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. Up next, we'll be talking about smog, ASF, and dealer plates.